So I'm about to start the promotional process for my new song Dopamine, and I thought it would be fun to take you behind the scenes on all the things that I do to promote, to create content, all the above. The song's already recorded, but this is gonna be the beginning of the album cover. I haven't shot it yet. Say hello to my Snoopy mug. Well, here's our test image. I need to drop an iPhone into a coffee mug while also pressing the button on the camera. Also, I feel like I need to stack this book up a little bit so I can see into the top of the thing just a bit. And now we are talking. Got a little stand. I knew these little things would come in handy someday. The trick is to get this picture to have this in it. I gotta get my aim just right while holding down the shutter button. And I also have to drop it into a cup of coffee. And this is why we do test shoots, because this thing is much smaller than this thing. It's got a lot of falling, and then we also, I missed. And after many practice shots, I think I'm ready to go for it. I'm scared poopless. How you like this sweet Ronnie mug? If you're watching on Patreon, I will give you a discount code to get your very own. Also, check out my little ninja trick. Because I knew the mug was gonna be black, I had to put a little bit of milk in there, almond milk if you're curious, just so we would distinguish the color of the coffee. It's gonna be sad to waste a whole cup of coffee, but we do it for the art.
Give me more, give me more, give me that dopamine. Give me more, give me that dopamine.
We broke the mug. Oh, by the way, I had help. Look at this. How do you feel about your performance before you get in the shower?
I broke the mug and I feel bad, but we got the shot and that's what we do for art.
Another day, another round of content, and today we are making the lyric video for Dopamine. The concept is going to be text messages, because what do we do when we want a dopamine hit? We'll pick up our phone and we'll do something. And there's no better dopamine release than when you see the little ... and then the message comes through with the answer for whatever it was that you sent. When they withhold that from you, oh, it's a killer, isn't it? Just think about it. Left on red. I've tried a few different ways to figure this out, and I was gonna digitize it. If you see there, right there, I was gonna digitize it and like type in all the lyrics in text bubbles, but it's just not efficient, and it would take 87 years to get done. So instead of working on it for 2 hours and failing, I worked on figuring out the solution for 2 hours. And what I figured out is I am going to connect my iPad via text message and Alyssa's iPad via text message. And I am going to text the lyrics from there. So the lyrics are going to be done in a text message format, and then all I'm going to do is screen record from my iPad. My goal here is to prove that it doesn't take the most sophisticated equipment. It doesn't take the most money. You don't have to hire anybody. If you want to do something, whatever it is, don't let limitations stop you. Be creative. Work around them, and that's what we're doing today. Even though I could do this the same way as I always do, I'm doing something different. You gotta think outside the box.
2 hours later.
Well, I never said things would be easy. It took some extra effort. I had to jump between the iPad and the computer and phones, and then things didn't work right the first time, so I had to redo it 3 times. Also, Alyssa called me during the middle of it, which is kind of difficult when you're working on a phone. But you know what? It's done. Now I just have to sync it up with the song. I'm not going to put you through that boring part, but that's the whole lyric video. That's all it takes. You put a little bit of creativity into something and a little bit more patience, and you can make it happen.